चत्तन्तौ दीनौ च यौ गोपी भावरसामृता दिलहरी कल्लोलमग्नौ नमो वन्दे रूपसनातन रघुयुगं श्रीजीव गोपालकं कृष्ण कीर्तन गानन तन परं प्रेमामृताम्बनिधि कृष्ण कीर्तन गानन तन परं राधा पुण्यतटे कलिन्दतनयाति च वंशी बटे प्रेमन्माधव सादशे सदशया ग्रस्तौ प्रमत्तौ सदा राधा पुण्यतटे कलिन्दतनया तीरे च वंशी बटे प्रेमन्माधव सादशे सदशया ग्रस्तौ प्रमत्तौ सदा राधा कृष्ण गुणस्मिते मधुरिमा नंदेन मोहितौ वन्दे रूप सनातन रघुयुगं श्रीजीव गोपालकं कृष्ण कीर्तन गानन तन परं प्रेमामृताम्बनिधि धीरा धीर जन प्रियं प्रियकरं निर्मत्सनं पूजितौ श्री चैतन्य कृपा भरौ भुवि भुव भारावहंतारकं
Can we start?
वन्दे
Rishikesh Prabhu, can you read the Mangalacharan prayers?
Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna
Om
Prabhu,
Jnana
Dandatam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Yes, Prabhu, thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandatam Jai Shri Prabhupada. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayyam Tadati Sopadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapatamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavansya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahatana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahakani Lalita Shri Vishakam हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः हे
Namam Vishnu.
नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेष्टारिणे जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्णा पुण्यकीर्तनं नित्यन्तस्तोयवत्राणि विदुनोति सुहृत्सतां नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Before reciting the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Narayana, and unto Nara Narayana Rishi, the supermost human beings, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is Paramatma, the super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee who has developed the urge to hear his messages. which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotee, all that is troublesome in the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact.
Haribol, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Thank you so much, Rishikesh Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Lebang Prabhu, Tandar Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu,
Haribol.
please accept my obeisances of words to Srila Prabhupada.
So today we continue the fight. Now the storm is coming. Lord Shiva created the huge storm.
Prabhu, my voice was not low, right?
It was good, Prabhu.
Okay.
So who wants to begin today?
I can, Prabhu. Tell me, Prabhu.
Haribol. Yes, Prabhu.
Oh, you can hear me. Okay, let me just tilt my screen. Is it this one, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. 10.
Okay. Yastva anta kale vyupta jata kalpaha sva sula suchi arpita gajendraha vitatya nitraya nirtayati utitastra davajan uchatasa stana tnu, is it tnu? Something like itnu. Bina dik. Synonyms, yeah, who, Lord Shiva, tu but ante kale, at the time of dissolution, vyupta, having scattered, jata kala paha, his bunch of hair, svashula, his own trident, Suchi, on this point, Arpita, pierced, Dikajendraha, the rulers of the different directions, Vitatya, scattering, Nrityati, dances, Udita, upraised, Astra, weapons, Doha, hands, Tvajan, flags, Ucha, loud, Atahasa, Atahasa, laughing, Stana, Itnu, Stanaya Itnu, by the thundering sound, Bina divided, Dik, the directions. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. At the time of dissolution, Lord Shiva's hair is scattered, and he pierces the rulers of the different directions with his trident. He laughs and dances proudly, scattering their hands like flags, as thunder scatters the clouds all over the world. Purport: Prasuti, who appreciated the power and strength of her son-in-law, Lord Shiva, is describing what he does at the time of dissolution. This description indicates that the strength of Lord Shiva is so great that Daksha's power could not be set in comparison to it. At the time of dissolution, Lord Shiva with his trident in hand. Prabhu, trident is that three thing, ne? That looks
Yes,
like a
Prabhu.
fork. Okay.
Yeah.
In hand, dances over the rulers of the different planets, and his hair is scattered just as the clouds are scattered over all directions in order to plunge the different planets into incessant torrents of rain. In the last phase of this solution, all the planets become inundated with water, and that inundation is caused by the dancing of Lord Shiva. This dance is called the Pralaya dance, or dance of dissolution. Prasuti could understand that the dangers ahead resulted not only from Daksha's neglecting her daughter, but also because of his neglecting the prestige and honor of Lord Shiva. Amrashayitwa tam asayate jasam manu plutam durnir shayam burkutya karala damshatrabi udasta ba, bag, baganam, is it baganam? Syat swasti kim kopayato vidatuhu amarashayitwa, after causing to become angry, Twam him, Lord Shiva, asahaya te jasam, with an unbearable effulgence, manu plutam, filled with anger, durnikshyam, not able to be looked at, brukutya, buhurkutya, by the movement of his brows, karala damshtara bihi, by his fearful teeth, udasta baganam, having scattered the luminaries, Syat, they should be, Swasti, good fortune, Kim, how, Kopayataha, causing Lord Shiva to be angry, Vidahatuhu of Brahma. Translation: the gigantic black man bared his fearful teeth by the movements of his brows. He scattered the luminaries all over the sky, and he covered them with his strong, piercing effulgence because of the misbehavior of Daksha. Even Lord Brahma, Daksha's father, could not have been saved from the great exhibition of anger. Text 12. Bahu evam udvigna mane janena dakshasya muhur mahatmanaha utpetuhur utpatatmaha sahasrasho bayavaha divi bhumau cha prayak. Synonyms: bahu, much, evam, in this manner, udvigna, drisha, with nervous glances, uchyamane, while this was being said, janena, by the persons assembled at the sacrifice, dakshasya, of Daksha, muhu, again and again, mahatmanaha, strong-hearted, uptep, Prabhu, how do you pronounce this? Upteptu, is it upteptu? Like, Uptehu. How do you pronounce it?
Utpetu.
Utpetu or Utpetu.
Yes.
Appeared. Utpatatmaha. Very powerful symptoms. Sahasra shaha. By the thousands. Baya avaha. Producing fear. Divi in the sky. Bhumau on the earth. Cha and prayak from all sides. Translation: while everyone was talking amongst themselves, Daksha saw dangerous omens from all sides, from the earth and from the sky. Purport. In this verse, Daksha has been described as Mahatma. The word Mahatma has been commented upon by different commentators, but in various manners. Virara Gavacharya, is it Virara Gavacharya, has indicated that this word Mahatma means steady in heart. That is to say that Daksha was so strong-hearted that even when his beloved daughter was prepared to lay down her life, he was steady and unshaken. But in spite of his being so strong-hearted, he was perturbed when he saw the various disturbances created by the gigantic black demon, Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakura remarks in this connection that even if one is called Mahatma, a great soul, unless he exhibits the symptoms of a Mahatma, he should be considered a Duratma or a degraded soul. In Bhagavad Gita, the word Mahatma describes the pure devotee of the Lord. Mahatmanas tu mam parta daivim prakritim asharitaha. Bhagavad Gita 9.13. A Mahatma is always under the guidance of the internal energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and thus, how could such a misbehaved person as Daksha be a Mahatma? A Mahatma is supposed to have all the good qualities of the demigods, and thus Daksha, lacking those qualities, could not be called a Mahatma. He should instead be called Duratma, a degraded soul. Oh, Duratma. The word Mahatma to describe the qualifications of Daksha is used scarcetically. Scarcetically. Twavatsa Rutranu Charar Maha Mako Nana Yu Dahir Vama Na Kahir Udayu Dahir Pini Pini Gai Pishangai Makar Makarodaranai, something like that. Makarodaranani. Maria Darvadabi Viduran Varudayata. Prabhu, can you chant the verse?
Oh, what is the tune? Tavat Sarudra Nucharair Mahamako Nana Yudair Vamanakair Yudai Pingai Pishangair Makarodarananai Paryadravad Bir Vidurana Varujyata. Hare Krishna Gora Shakti Prabhu Tandar Pram Jai Shri
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna, Guru Satya Prabhu, please accept noble obeisances of glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Shakti,
Krishna.
Prabhupada, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna to all of you. Please accept my humble obeisances or glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you for joining, Prabhu.
Thank you for hosting, Prabhu.
Lebang Prabhu, did you read this? No.
No, Prabhu. I'm on the synonyms now.
Yes, Prabhu.
To avoid very quickly, Saha that Rutra Anu Charai by the followers of Lord Shiva, Maha Makaha, the arena of the great sacrifice, Nana various kinds, Ayudai, with weapons, Vamana Kahi, of short stature, is it statue? Udayudahi, who are upraised, Pingahi, blackish, Pishangai, yellowish, Makara, Udara, Ananahi, with bellies and faces like sharks, Prayadarava Dahi, Prayadarava Vardabihi, Prayadarava running all around, Vidura, O Vidura, Anvarudayata was surrounded. Translation: my dear Vidura, all the followers of Lord Shiva surrounded the arena of sacrifice. They were of short stature and were equipped with various kinds of weapons. Their bodies appeared to be like those of shark, blackish and yellowish. They ran around the sacrificial arena and thus began to create disturbances.
Oh, now the sharks came. Yeah, I was waiting for this part.
Yes, Prabhu.
They were blackish and yellowish, and like sharks.
Blackish and yellowish.
Oh, these are crazy sharks. Let's see what the sharks will do.
Oh. Kechit babanu juhu praga vamsham patni shalam tatapare sada agni dara shalam cha tad viharam mahanasam. Synonyms: Kechit sam bahanu baba hanu juhu pulled down prak vamsham, the pillars of the sacrificial, pandala patni shalam, the female quarters, Tata also Apare, others Sadaha, the sacrificial arena, Agni Dahara Shalam, the house of the priest, Cha and Tat Viharam, the house of the chief of the sacrificial of the sacrifice, Mahana Sam, the house of the kitchen department. Translation: some of the soldiers pulled down the pillars which were supporting the panadal, panadal of sacrifice. Some of them entered the female quarters. Some of them began destroying the sacrificial arena, and some of them entered the kitchen and the residential quarters. Ruruju Yagna Patrani Tataiki ni Anashan Kudeshu Amutrayan Kechet Bibi Dahur Vedi Mekalaha. Prabhu, how do you pronounce that? Gnin. Ni. Is it ni? Tatai ke ni.
Which one?
Gnya. Gnya.
Yes, in that line. Yeah, like tatai ke kya.
Gnya. Tatay kya gnya.
Or tatai ke kya.
Yes,
Okay.
Prabhu, this difficult one. Did you read the...
No, bro. I'm on the synonyms now. Rurujuhu, broke, yakna, patrani, the pots used in the sacrifice, tata, so, eke, some, agya, something like that, right? The sacrificial fires, anashayan, extinguished, kundeshu, on the sacrificial arena, amutrayan, past urine, ketchet, sam, bibi dehu, tore down, vedi mekalaha, the boundary lines of the sacrificial arena. Translation:
Yes,
they
Prabhu, these are
broke all
crazy sharks.
the yellowish and the black one. There are no pots. They broke all the pots made for use in the sacrifice, and some of them began to extinguish the sacrificial fire. Some tore down the boundary line of the sacrificial arena, and some passed urine on the arena. Or on the sacrifice. Are they like demoniac?
Yes, Prabhu, they're going crazy now. They're like sharks that
Oh.
have feet and they're running around, that they're acting crazy. There is
Oh,
black
yes, yes.
sharks and yellow sharks. This was always interesting part. I've always
So they're,
thinking what they
oh,
look
they're
like.
destroying the pots of the sacrifice, right?
Yes, Prabhu, they're destroying everything and they're acting crazy.
Abadanta Muni. Prabhu, please give me a second, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Semi, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, I'm back, Prabhu. Abadant Abadante muni anye eke patni ata rajayan apare jagrahur devan pratyasanan palaitan abadanta blocked the way. Munin, the sages, anye, others, eke, some, patnihi, the woman, atarajayan, threatened, apparent, others, jagrahu, arrested, devan, the demigods, pratyasanan, near at hand, palayitan, who were fleeing. Translation: some blocked the way on the fleeing sages. Some threatened the women assembled there, and some arrested the demigods who were fleeing the pandala. Is it the pandal?
Yes, Prabhu.
It was chaos. Brigum babandaha maniman virabhadraha prajapatim chandeshaha pushanam devam bagam nanadi shavaro grahit. Synonyms: Brigumuni, Babandaha, arrested, Manimam, many men. Is it many men? Is it many men or many men? That one, Prabhu, you see it on the right, on
Prabhu,
top.
it is Maniman.
Maniman.
Prabhu
Hare
thought
Krishna,
it's
Prabhu,
many
Dhanna
man.
Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
That's so funny. It sounds like many man.
Many men.
Hare Krishna, Amit
Virabhadra.
Prabhu, Danda Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare
Yes, Prabhu,
Krishna, Mit Prabhu,
it is
Pranam, Jai
just
Shri
a
Prabhupada.
name. It is just name, Maniman. But
Oh,
it sounds
Maniman.
like many man.
Many men. Virabhadraha, Virabhadra, Prajapati, Daksha, Chandesha, Pushanam, Pusha, Devam, the demigod, Baga, Nandishvaraha, Nandishvara, Agrahit, arrested. Translation: Maniman, one of the followers of Lord Shiva arrested Bhrigu Muni, and Virabhadra, the black demon, arrested Prajapati Daksha. Another follower who was named Chandesha arrested Pusha. Nandishvara arrested the demigod Bhagam. Yeah, Prabhu, you can continue, Prabhu. And the next person can continue, Prabhu.
Prabhu, may I read
Thank you so much, Devang Prabhu.
20 minutes, Prabhu?
Yes, Amit Prabhu, you can read.
सर्व एव द्विजो दृष्ट्वा सदस्या दिवोऽसः तैरर्द्यमानः सुभृशं ग्रवाभिर्नैकधा द्रवन् सर्वे all eva certainly Ritvijaha, the priests, Drishtva, after seeing Sadasya, all the members assembled in the sacrifice, Sa Devaukashaha, along with the demigods, die by those stones, Ardhyamanaha, being disturbed, Subhrisham, very greatly, Gravabhi, by stones, Naikadha, in different directions, Ardravan began to disperse. Translation and purport by Sivan Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. There was a continuous shower of stones, and all the priests and other members assembled at the sacrifice were put into immense misery. For fear of their lives, they dispersed in different directions. Juvatasuvahastasya smasruni bhagavan bhava bhrigorlulunche sadashi yohasachimashru darshayan. Jyovata offering sacrificial oblations. Sruva Hastasya with the sacrificial ladle in his hand. Smasruni, the mustache. Bhagavan, the possessor of all opulences. Bhava, Veerabhadra. Bhrigo or Bhrigu Muni. Lulunche tore out Sadashi in the midst of the assembly. Yah, who Bhrigu Muni. Ahasat had smiled. Samasru, his mustache. Darshaya, showing. Translation and purport by Divine Grace, Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Veerabhadra shaved off the mustache of Bhrigu, who was offering the sacrificial oblations with his hands in the fire. Text 20. Bhagasya netre Bhagavan patitasya rushabhuvi ujjahara sadashtokshna yas shaptam asu suchat. Bhagasya of Bhaga, netre both eyes, Bhagavan Veerabhadra patitasya having been thrust Jusha with great anger, Bhuvi on the ground, Ujjahar plucked out, Sadashtha while situated in the assembly of the Vishwashriks, Vishwashriks, Akshna by the movement of his eyebrows, Yah who Bhaga, Shapantan, Daksha who was cursing Lord Shiva, Ashushuvat encouraged. Translation by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Veerabhadra immediately caught Bhag, who had been moving his eyebrows during the cursing of Lord Shiva by Bhrigu, and out of great anger, thrust him to the ground and forcibly put out his eyes. Text 21. Pushno hya apatayadantan kalingasya yatha bala shapyamane garimani yoha saddarshayan data. Pushna of Pusha, he since apatayat extracted dantan the teeth Kalingasya of the king of Kalinga yatha as Balaha Baladev Shapyamane while being cursed Garimani Lord Shiva Yah who Pusha Ahasat smiled Darshayan showing Dataha his teeth. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Just as Baladeva had knocked out the teeth of Dantavakra, the king of Kalinga, during the gambling match at the marriage ceremony of Aniruddha, Veerabhadra knocked out the teeth of both Daksha, who had shown them while cursing Lord Shiva, and Pusha, who is smiling sympathetically, had also shown his teeth. But here a reference is made to the marriage of Aniruddha, a grandson of Lord Krishna. He kidnapped the daughter of Dantavakra. Thereafter, he was arrested. Just as he was to be punished for the kidnapping, the soldiers from Dwarka, headed by Balaram, arrived, and a fight ensued amongst the Kshatriyas. This sort of fight was very common, especially during marriage ceremonies, when everyone was in challenging spirit. In that challenging spirit, a fight was sure to occur, and in such fights, there was commonly killing and misfortune. After finishing such fighting, the parties would come to a compromise and everything would be settled. This Daksha Yajna was similar to such events. Now, all of them, Daksha, the demigods Bhaga, Pusha, and Bhrigumuni, was punished by the soldiers of Lord Shiva, but later everything would come to a peaceful end. So, this spirit of fighting between one another was not exactly inimical. But because everyone was so powerful and wanted to show his strength by Vedic mantra or mystic power, all these fighting skills were very elaborately exhibited by the different parties at the Daksha Yajna. Text 22. Akramyurasi dakshasya sita dharena hetina chindanapi tad uddharatum nashaknotrayambakastada. Prabhu, you scroll little far. Yes, ma'am. Akramya, having sat, Urasi on the chest, Dakshasya of Daksha, Sheta Dharena, having a sharp blade, Hetina with a weapon, Chindan cutting, Api even though that head, Uddhartum to separate, Na Ashaknot was not able, Triambaka, Veerabhadra who had 3 eyes, Tada after this. Translation and purport by Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Then Veerabhadra, the giant-like personality, sat on the chest of Daksha and tried to separate his head from his body with sharp weapons, but he was not successful. Text 23. शस्त्रैरस्त्रान्वितैरेवम् अनिर्भिन्नत्वचं हरः विस्मयं परम् आपन्नो दद्यौ पशुपतिश्चिरम्. Shastrai with weapons, Astra Anvitai with hymns, mantras, Evam thus, Anirbhinna not being cut, Tvacham the skin, Haraha Veerabhadra, Vismayam a bewilderment, Param greatest, Apanna was struck with Dadhyav thought, Pashupati Veerabhadra, Chiram for a long time. Translation and purport by Sivan Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. He tried to cut the head of Daksha with hymns and as well as weapons, but still it was hard to cut even the surface of the skin of Daksha's head. Thus, Veerabhadra was exceedingly bewildered. So, bewildered means shocked, is it?
Confused, Prabhu.
Okay.
Puzzled. He tried to cut his head, but it's not cutting.
Drishtva samyapanam yogam pashurnam sapatirmakhe yajamana pasho prasya kayatena harachira. Drishtva, having seen, samyapanam for the killing of the animals in the sacrifice, yogam the device, pashunam of the animals, saha he Veerabhadra, Pati the Lord, Makhe in the sacrifice, Yajamana Pashu who was an animal in the form of the chief of the sacrifice, Pasya of Daksha, Kayat of the from the body, Tena by that device, Aharat severed, Shira his head. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Then Veerabhadra saw the wooden device in the sacrificial arena by which the animals were to have been killed. He took the opportunity of this facility to behead Daksha. But in this connection, it is to be noted that the device used for killing animals in the sacrifice was not designed to facilitate eating their flesh. The killing was specifically intended to give a new life to the sacrificed animal by the power of Vedic mantra. The animals were sacrificed to test the strength of the Vedic mantras. Yajnas were performed as a test of the mantra. Even in the modern age, tests are executed on animal bodies in the physiology laboratory. Similarly, whether or not the Brahmanas were uttering the Vedic hymns correctly was tested by sacrifice in the arena. On the whole, the animals thus sacrificed were not at all the losers. Some old animals would be sacrificed, but in exchange for their old bodies, they received their new bodies. That was a test of Vedic mantras. Veerabhadra, instead of sacrificing animals with a wooden device, immediately beheaded Daksha to the astonishment of everyone. Text 25. साधुवादस्तदातेशं कर्म तत्तस्य पश्यतां भूतप्रेतपिशाचानाम् अन्येषां तद्विपर्यय. Sadhuvada, joyful exclamation, tada, at that time, tesham of those followers of Lord Shiva, karma, action, tat, that, tasya of him, Veerabhadra, pashyatam, seeing, bhuta preta pishachanam, of the bhutas, ghosts, pretas, and pishachas, anyesham, of the others in the party of Daksha, tat viparyaya, the opposite of that, an exclamation of grief. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Upon seeing the action of Veerbhadra, the party of Lord Shiva was pleased and cried out joyfully, and all the bhutas, the ghosts and demons that had come, made a tumultuous sound. On the other hand, the Brahmanas who were in charge of the sacrifice cried out in grief at the death of Daksha. Text 26. Juhavai tachiraskasmin dakshinagno amarshita taddeva yajanam dagdva pratishtad guhyakalayam. Juhava, sacrificed as an oblation. Itat, that. Shira, head. Tasmin, in that. Dakshina agno, in the sacrificial fire on the southern side. Amarshita, Veerbhadra being greatly angry. Tat, of Daksha. Deva Yajanam, the arrangements for the sacrifice to the demigods. Dagdva, having set fire. Pratishtat, departed. Guhyakalayam, to the abode of the Guhyakas, Kailasha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Veerbhadra then took the head and, out of his great anger, threw it to the southern side of the sacrificial fire, offering it as an oblation. In this way, all the followers of Lord Shiva devastated all the arrangements for sacrifice. After setting fire to the whole arena, they departed for their master's abode, Kailash. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purpose for the 4th canto, 5th chapter of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, entitled Frustration of the Sacrifice of Daksha. Haribol.
Haribol. Oh, he threw the head in the fire.
Yes, Prabhu. Means it is like a sacrifice he did. And later, Lord Shiva, I think, blessed him with a goat's head.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, this is how the original head was lost. Now the original head is burned. Cannot be used.
Yes, Prabhu.
So let's see what happens. Oh, now Brahma satisfies Lord Shiva. So will you continue, Prabhu, or will someone else continue?
I can continue, Prabhu.
Haribol, okay.
For 10 minutes, I can continue.
Yes, Prabhu.
So, Maitreya Uvacha Atha Deva Gana Sarve Rudra Nikai Parajata Shula Patisha Nishtrimsha Gada Parigha Mudgaraya Sanchinna Bhinna Sarvanga Sartvik Sabhya Bhayakula Swayambhuve Namaskritya Kartsinayanta Naivadayan. Very hard to. Maitreya Uvacha. Maitreya said, Atha, after this, Devagana, all the demigods, survey all Rudra Anikai by the soldiers of Lord Shiva, Parajita, having been defeated, Shula, trident, Patisha, a sharp-edged spear, Nishtrimsha, a sword, Gada, mace, Parigha, an iron bludgeon, Mudgaraya, a hammer-like weapon, Sanchinna Bhinna Sarvanga, all the limbs wounded, Saritvik Sabhya, with all the priests and members of the sacrificial assembly, Bhaya Akula, with great fear, Swayambhuve, unto Lord Brahma, Namaskritya, after offering obeisances, Karsnena, in detail, etat the events of the Daksha's sacrifice, Nyavedayan reported. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
All the priests and other members of the sacrificial assembly and all the demigods being defeated by the soldiers of Lord Shiva are injured by weapons like tridents and swords, approached Lord Brahma with great fear. After offering him obeisances, they began to speak in detail of all the events which had transpired. Text 3. उपलभ्य पुरैवैतद् भगवान् अब्ज संभवः नारायणश्च विश्वात्मा न कस्य ध्वरम् इयतु. Upalabhya, knowing Pura beforehand, Eva certainly etat all these events of Daksha's sacrifice, Bhagavan, the possessor of all opulences, Abja Sambhava, born from a lotus flower, Lord Brahma, Narayan, Cha, and Vishwatma, the super soul of the entire universe, not Kasya of Daksha, Advaram to the sacrifice, Iyatu did go. Translation and purport by Sriman Grace S. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation, but both Lord Brahma and Vishnu already knew that such events would occur in the sacrificial arena of Daksha, and knowing beforehand, they did not go to the sacrifice. Purport as stated in Bhagavad Gita, Vedaham samatitani vartamanani charjana. BG 7.26, the Lord says, I know everything that has happened in the past and is going to happen in the future. Lord Vishnu is omniscient, and he therefore knew that what would happen at Daksha's sacrificial arena. For this reason, both Narayan and Lord Brahma did not attend the great sacrifice performed by Daksha. Next 4. Tadakarnya vibhu praha tejiyasi kritagasi क्षेमाय तत्र स भूयान् न प्रायेण बुभूषलं सत्काम salam. Okay. That the events related to the demigods and the others, Akarnya, after hearing Vibhu, Lord Brahma, Praha replied, Tejiyasi, a great personality, Krita Agasi has been offended, Shemaya, for your happiness, Tatra, in that way, so that Bhuyat na is not conducive, Prayena, generally, Bubhusalam, is it T or L? Desire to exist. Okay, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When Lord Brahma heard everything from the demigods and the members who had attended the sacrifice, he replied, you cannot be happy in executing a sacrifice if you blaspheme a great personality and thereby offend his lotus feet. You cannot have happiness in that way. Lord Brahma explained to the demigods that although Daksha wanted to enjoy the results of fruitive sacrificial activities, it is not possible to enjoy when one offends a great personality like Lord Shiva. It was good for Daksha to have died in the fight, because if he had lived, he would have committed such offenses at the lotus feet of great personalities again and again. According to Manu's law, when a person commits murder, punishment is beneficial for him, because if he is not killed, then he might commit more and more murders, and therefore be entangled in his future lives for having killed so many persons. Therefore, the king's punishment of a murderer is appropriate. If those who are extremely offensive are killed by the grace of the Lord, that is good for them. In other words, Lord Brahma explained to the demigods that it was good for Daksha to have been killed. Text 5. Athapi yuvam krita kilpisha bhavam ye barhisho bhaga bhajan parado prasadayadvam parishuddha chetasa Shipra prasadam pragrihita angripa padmam. Athapi, still, yuvam, all of you, krita kilvisha, having committed two offenses, bhavam, Lord Shiva, ye, all of you, barhisah, of the sacrifice, bhaga bhajam, entitled to a share, paradhu, have excluded, prasadayadvam, all of you should satisfy, Parishuddha Chetasa, without mental reservations, Shipra Prasadam, quick mercy, Pragrihita Angri Padmam, his lotus feet having been taken shelter of. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. You have excluded Lord Shiva from taking part in the sacrificial results, and therefore you are all offenders at his lotus feet. Still, if you go without mental reservations and surrender unto him and fall down at his lotus feet, he will be very pleased. Purport: Lord Shiva is also called Ashutosha. Ashu means very soon, and Tosh means to be satisfied. The demigods were advised to go to Lord Shiva and beg his pardon because he is very easily pleased. It was certain that their purpose would be served. Lord Brahma knew the mind of Lord Shiva very well, and he was confident that the demigods who were offenders at his lotus feet could mitigate their offenses by going to him and surrendering without reservation. Text 6. आशासना जीवितम् अध्वरस्य लोकसपाल कुपितेन यस्मिन् तमाशुदेवं प्रियया विहिना क्षमापयध्वं हृदि विधं दुरुक्तै. Ashasana, wishing to ask, Jivitam, for the duration, Advarsya, of the sacrifice, Loka, all the planets, Sir Palaha, with their controllers, Kupite, when angered, Na, not Yasmin, whom, Tam, that, Ashu, at once, Devam, Lord Shiva, Priyaya, of his dear wife, Vihirnam, having been deprived, Kshamaprayadvam, beg his pardon, Ridi, in his heart, Vidham, very much, afflicted, Duruktai, by unkind words. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace S.A. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Also advised that Lord Shiva is powerful, that by his anger all the planets and their chief controllers can be destroyed. Destroyed immediately. Also, he said that Lord Shiva was especially sorry because he had lost his dear wife and was also very much afflicted by the unkind words of
Edible. Who would like to read next? Oh, we have only 4. Reach the time. Siddharth Prabhu, can you read few verses maybe?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, could you visit the 6th verse? The translation.
Translation. Lord Brahma also advised them that Lord Shiva is so powerful that by his anger all the planets and their chief controllers can be destroyed immediately. Also, he said that Lord Shiva was especially sorry because he had recently lost his dear wife and was also very much afflicted by the unkind words of Daksha. Under the circumstances, Lord Brahma suggested that it would behoove them to go at once and beg his pardon. Haribol. Amit Prabhu, will you continue? Or did...
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Actually, can anyone else can continue, Prabhu? Like,
Yes,
I
Prabhu.
have to
Thank
go
you so
for
much for
dinner.
reading so much. It was really nice.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Shall I read few more verses? Oh, what's happening? 1 second. Text number 7. Naham na yagno na chayuyamak anye yedeha bhajo munayasya tattvam vidu pramanam balaviryayayorva yasyatmatantrasya kaupayamidit vidhitset. Oh, what is this hard word? Vidhitset. Na, not aham, I. Na, nor. Yagna, Indra. Na, nor. Cha, and. Yuyam, all of you. Anye, others. Ye, who. Dehabhaja, of those who bear material bodies. Unaya, the sages. Cha, and. Tattvam, the truth. Vidu, know. Pramanam, the extent. Balaviryayo, of the strength and power. Pa, or. Yasya, of Lord Shiva. Admatantrasya, of Lord Shiva, who is self-dependent. Kaha, what? Payam means. Vidit said. Vidit said. Should wish to devise. Translation. Lord Brahma said that no one, including himself, Indra, all the members who were assembled in the sacrificial arena, and all the sages could know how powerful Lord Shiva is. Under the circumstances, who would dare to commit an offense at his lotus feet? Purport. After Lord Brahma advised the demigods to go to Lord Shiva and beg his pardon, it was suggested how he should be satisfied and how the matter should be placed before him. Brahma also asserted that none of the conditioned souls, including himself and all the demigods, could know how to satisfy Lord Shiva. But he said, "It is known that he is very easily satisfied, so let us try to satisfy him by falling at his lotus feet." Actually, the position of the subordinate always is to surrender to the Supreme. That is the instruction of Bhagavad Gita. The Lord asks everyone to give up all conditions of concocted occupations and simply surrender unto him. That will protect the conditioned souls from all sinful reactions. Similarly, in this case, Brahma also suggests that they go and surrender unto the lotus feet of Lord Shiva, for since he is very kind and easily satisfied, this action would prove effective.
Swami Prabhu, I'll take it from here.
Anybody? Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
What's the text number? 8. Yeah. स इत्थहाम आदिश्य सुरान अजस्तुतैः समन्वितः पितृभिः सप्रजाशैः यायौ स्वधिष्ठन्यान् निलायं पुरा द्विषः कैलाशम् अद्रिप्रवारं प्रियं प्रभोः सः हि ब्रह्म इत्तः thus Adishya, after instructing Suran, the demigods, Ajaha, Lord Brahma, to then Taihi, those, Samanvitaha, followed, Pitrbihi, by the Pitas, Saprajeshahi, along with the lords of the living entities, Yayav went, Swadashnyat, from his own place, Nilayam, the abode, Pura Drishaha of Lord Shiva, Kailasam, Kailasa, Adri Pravaram, the best among mountains, Priyam, dear, Prabhu of the Lord Shiva. Translation. After thus instructing all the demigods, the Pitas and the lords of the living entities, Lord Brahma took them with him and left for the abode of Lord Shiva, known as the Kailasa Hill. Purport. The abode of Lord Shiva, which is known as Kailasa, is described in the 14 verses which follow. Next 9. Janmo sati tapo mantra yoga siddha nare tarahi justam kinara gandharvair
Apsarabhivritam sada. Janma, birth, Aushadhi, herbs, Tapaha, austerity, mantra, Vedic hymns, yoga, mystic, yoga practices, Siddhai, with perfected beings, Nare Tarai, by demigods, Jushtam, enjoyed, Kinara Gandharvahi, by Kinaras and Gandharvas, Sarabhi, by Apsaras, Vritam, full of Sada, always. Translation. The abode known as Kailasa is full of different herbs and vegetables and is sanctified by Vedic hymns and mystic yoga practice. Thus, the residents of that abode are demigods by birth and have all mystic powers. Besides them, there are other human beings who are known as Kinnaras and Gandharvas and are accompanied by their beautiful wives who are known as Apsaras or angels. Text 10. Nana Mayai Shringair Nana Dhatu Vichitritai Nana Druma Lata Gulmair Nana Mriga Ganavratai. Nana, different kinds. Money, jewels. May, made of. Shringai, with the peaks. Nana Dhatu Vichitritai, decorated with various minerals. Nana, various. Druma, trees. Lata, creepers. Gulmai, plants. Nana, various. Mrigagana, by groups of deer. Avritai, inhabited by. Translation. Kailasha is full of mountains which are filled with all kinds of valuable jewels and minerals and surrounded by varieties of valuable trees and plants. The top of the hill is nicely decorated by various types of deer. Text 11. Nana Mala Pravasravanair Nana Kandra Sanubhi Ramanam Vibharantinam Ramai Naisitta Yoshitam. Nana, various. Amala, transparent. Prasarvanai, with waterfalls. Nana, various. Kandara, caves. Sanubihi, with summits. Ramanam, giving pleasure. Viharantinam, sporting. Ramanaihi, with their lovers. Siddha, Yoshitam, of the dances of the mystics. Translation. There are many waterfalls, and in the mountains there are many beautiful caves in which beautiful wives of the mystics are found. Mayura Kekabhirutam Madandhali Vimurichitam Lavitai Rahtakanthanam Ujitaicha Patatrinam. Mayura, peacock. Keka, with the cries. Aviruttam, resounding. Mada, by intoxication. Anda, blinded. Adi, by the beast. Vimuruchitam, resounded. Plavitahi, with the singing. Rakta Kantana, of the cuckoos. Pujitai, with the whispering. Cha, and Patatrivanam, of other birds. Translation. On Kailasha hill, there is always a rhythmical sound of the peacock's sweet vibrations and the bees humming. Cuckoos are always singing and other birds whisper amongst themselves. Text 13. Ahvayantam ivodhastair vijan kamadugair drumai prajantam iva matangair granatam iva nirjarai. Ahavyantam, calling. Eva, as if. Udashtai, with upraised hands. Branches. Vichan, the birds. Kamadugai, yielding desires. Trumai, with trees. Prajantam, moving. Eva, as if. Matangai, by elephants. Granantam, resounding, eva as if nirjarai by the waterfalls. Translation: there are tall trees with straight branches that appear to call the sweet birds, and when flocks of elephants pass through the hills, it appears that the Kailasa hills moves with them. When the waterfalls resound, it appears that Kailasa hill does also. There are tall trees with straight branches that appear to call sweet birds, and when flocks of elephants pass through the hills, it appears that Kailasa hill moves with them. When the waterfalls resound, it appears that Kailasa hill does also. Text 14:15. Mandare parijataischa saralascha chopashobhitam Tamalaisha Tailascha Kovidharasanarjunai Chutai Kadambaram Nipascha Naga Punnaga Champakai Patalashoka Pakulai Kunde Kura Baikairapi Mandaraihi with the Mandaras Parijatai with the Parijatas Cha and Saralai with Saralas Cha and Upashobhitam decorated. Tamalai with Tamala trees. Shala Talaihi with the Shalas and Talas Cha and Kovidara Asana Arjunai Kovidaras Asanas Vijayasaras and Arjuna trees. Kancharanakas Sutai with Sutas, a species of mango. Kadambai with Kadambas. Nipai with Nipas. Dhuli Kadambas. Cha and Naga Punnaga Champakai with Nagas, Punagas and Champakas. Patala Ashoka Bakulai with Patalas, Ashokas and Bakulas. Kundai with Kundas. Kura Bakai with Kurabhakas Api also. Translation: the whole of Kailasha hill is decorated with various kinds of trees, of which the following names can be mentioned: Mandara, Parijata, Sarala, Tamala, Tala, Kovidara, Asana, Arjuna, Amrajati, Mango, Kadamba, Dhuli Kadamba, Naga, Punnaga, Champaka, Patala, Ashoka, Bakula, Kunda, and Kurabaka. The entire hill is decorated with such trees which produce flowers with fragrant aromas. Text 16. Swarnara Shata Patresha Vara Renuka Jatibihi Kubjakair Mallikabhischa Madhavabhischa Manditam. Swarnara, golden colored, Shata Patre with lotuses, Cha and Vararenuka Jatibihi with Varas, Renukas and Malatis, Kubjakai with Kubjakas, Mallikabihi with Mallikas, Cha and Madhavibihi with Madhavis, Cha and Manditam decorated. Translation: there are other trees also which decorate the hills, such as the golden lotus flower, the cinnamon tree, Malati, Ubja, Mallika, and Madhavi. Text 17. Anusodam Baraswatha Lakascha Nyaguroda Hingubihi Bhurchairi Osadibihi Pugai Raja Pungaischa Jambubihi Panasa Udumbara Ashwatha Plaka Nyarogdha Ingubihi with Panasa jackfruit trees, Udumbaras, Ashwathas, Plakshas, Nyagrodhas and trees producing asphatida, Bhurjai with Bhurjas, Osabihi with betel nut trees, Pugai with Pugas, Rajapugai with Rajapugas, Cha and Janubihi with Jambus. Translation: Kailasa hill is also decorated with trees such as trees. Kailasa hill is also decorated with such trees as Kata, jackfruit, Julara, banyan trees, plakshas, Nyagrodhas, and trees producing aspidida. Also, there are trees of betel nuts, Purjapatra, as well as Rajapoga, blackberries, and similar other trees. Karjuramarakakamrabhai Piyala Madhukmigradhai Druma Jasadare Anyascha Rajitandenu Kitsakai Khajura Amrataka Amra Adhyai with Kharjuras, Amratakas, Amras, and others. Priyala Madhuka Ingudai with Priyalas, Madhukas, and Ingudas. Druma Jatibihi with varieties of trees. Annai, other, Cha, and Rajitam decorated. Venu Kichakai with Venus bamboos and Kichakas hollow bamboos. Translation: there are mango trees, Priyala, Madhuka, Inguta. Besides these, there are other trees like bamboo, Kichaka, and varieties of other bamboo trees, all decorating the tract of Kailasa hill. Text 1920. Kumudotpala Kalara Satpatra Vanardibihi Nalineshoka Kalam Pujat Aga Vrindo Ashobhitam Rigai Shah. Just a minute. Kumuda, Utpala, Kalra, Satpatra, lotuses, Vana, forest, Ridibihi, being covered with, Narinishu, in the lakes, Kalam, very sweetly, Pujat, whispering, Khaga, of birds, Vrinda, groups, Upashobhi, Tam, decorated with, Mrigai, with deer, Shakhamrigai, with monkeys, Prodai, with boars, Bringadrai, with lions, Rakshashalyakai, with Rakshas and Shalyakas, Gavayai, with forest cubs, Saradhai, with forest asses, Vyadharai, with tigers, Rurubihi, with small deer, Mahisha Adbihi, with buffalo. Mahishasura. Translation: there are different kinds of lotus flowers such as Kumuda, Utpala, Atapara. The forest appears to be decorated garden. The forest appears to be a decorated garden, and the small lakes are full of various kinds of birds and whisper very sweetly. There are many kinds of other animals also, like deer, monkeys, Wolves, lions, Rakshasas, Shalyakas, forest cubs, forest asses, tigers, small deer, buffalo, and many other animals who are fully enjoying their lives.
Prabhu, okay, last verse.
Prabhu, can you take it from here?
Yes, Prabhu. Okay, now we go to 6 Astakam prayers. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
We read many verses today, like maybe 25 or something. Thank you so much. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamahadavagninirvapanam Shreyah Kairapachandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamritasvadanam Sarvatma Snapanam Param Vijayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam.
नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिः तत्रापिता नियमिता स्मरणेन कालः sorry नाम्नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्तिः तत्रापिता नियमिता स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमिदृशम् इह जानिनानुरागः
प्रणादपि सुनीचय नोत्तरोरपि सविष्णुनामानि नमानि दिन कीर्तनीय सदा हरि न जनम न सुंदरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामे मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद् भक्तिरहेतु की त्वयि वैनन्दतनुज किङ्करं पतितं मां विष्णुमे भवाम्बुधो कृपया तव पादपङ्कजस्थितो धूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गदगदहृदया गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वपुकदा तव नामग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रावृषायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्द विरहेण मे आश्लिष्टवापादरतां पिनष्टिवाम् अदर्शनां मरणातां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो अप्राणनाथस्तु स एव न परः
Haribol, glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life, of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious.
O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benedictions to living beings and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of your kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by chanting your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them.
One should chant the holy... Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, true. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, thinking oneself the lower than the star in the state. One should be more tolerant than devoid of all sense of false prestige and ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly.
Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers, only one to cause this devotional service, birth after birth.
O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the items of your lotus feet.
O my Lord, when will my spirit acquainted with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name?
O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly in his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Shri Shikshashtakam ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai.
Jai. Baujanma Karayadi Shavana Kirtan, Taputana Paya Krishna Pade Premadan. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name for many birds, he will not get the love of God. That is the ultimate goal of this chanting. The 10 offenses against the holy name are as follows. The first offense is to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord.
Second offense is to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of Lord Vishnu.
Third offense, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master or consider him as an ordinary person.
Fourth offense, to blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version.
Fifth offense, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination.
Sixth offense, to give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord.
Seventh offense, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name of the Lord.
Eighth offense, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, karma kanda.
Ninth offense, to instruct the faithless person about the glories of the holy name.
10th offense is to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy names and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna Prema. Now let us offer a respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They can fulfill the desires of everyone just like desire trees, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhishcha kripa krishnadevaivacha patitanam Vaishnava Namo.
And the Gaudiya Vaishnava in the Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Nitai Gaura Prem, Hari Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for this reading session. It was very nice.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So tomorrow we read again at the same time. Hari Bol.